Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome to another Short Shifts episode presented by Skate Tech. In case you hadn't heard, Skate Tech Skate Sharpening and Equipment Repair brings you NHL quality service at an affordable retail price. With over 23 years of sharpening and equipment customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team uniforms, and equipment alterations on the market today. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge the pros trust. Check them out at skatetechsharpening.com.
Short Shifts episode. Here we go. Jeffrey Jehu's, Jeffrey Scott Lavecchio, Tapman, Lost Tooth, Beard, business owner, GMT, GMBM, Western Michigan alum, all that. Are you ready?
Male model. You forgot male model, but
male
okay.
model. Sorry, male model. Jeffrey has no idea what the topic is going to be, and I'm not even going to ask him today. He's going to say yes. Are you ready to rock and roll, Jeffrey?
Let's rock today.
Okay, so today I want to talk about 3-on-2s. I want to talk about 3-on-2s offensively for the most part. I want this to be tailored a little bit more offensively. And part of the reason why we had an awesome coaches call. So with our youth hockey blueprint, one of the things that all of the coaches underneath our umbrella get is they get access to a Tuesday call where we'll pick a specific topic and then we'll just talk hockey. And it's awesome. A lot of coaches collaborating with each other. We'll give a little bit of a presentation. And we did it a couple weeks ago on 3-on-2s. It was one of the best calls that we've had. So 3-on-2s, Jeffrey, offensively, give me some, what do we got?
I want to start with one of my favorite because like a lot of youth coaches don't talk about this or think about this, but everybody knows somebody's got to be driving the net. It opens up lane behind. It pushes a D-man back. If they don't push him back, you can get behind him for a breakaway. But when you're the guy who's driving to the net, if it's a center lane drive, whatever it is, if you can, drive through the D-man's body or at the very least pick their stick. Whether that's a quick stick lift or you're driving through, and as you're driving through, you pull their stick as you're driving past them. So their stick winds up going from in front of their body to off to the side or even towards the net. That little tiny detail opens up way more avenues for passing lanes for the other guys. It also allows that guy who has the puck, he could even cut behind you because now that D-man can't use his stick to poke check. And it's just going to create so many hardships for the two D-men not having that stick out in front of them. So the number one thing, and you don't learn this until you're older, or at least a lot of people aren't taught it. If you are the center lane drive or any drive, move that D-man stick out of the way. You can't slash it out of their hands, obviously. You can't pitchfork it into the stands, but you can just kind of grab it and pull it out of their way. And if you get good at that and you start thinking that way all over the ice, you are creating so many more opportunities for your teammates. And even though you might not get an assist on the play, you are a major reason why you might score on a 3-on-2 if you can open up that lane from the drive and the moving of the defenseman's stick.
Yep, that drive is huge. It's everything.
Huge.
Yeah, you have to, because it pushes the defenders back. I'll get to that. I have one thing first. I want to bring it way back. How do you get 3-on-2s? So typically odd man rushes, when do they happen?
Change of direction, turnover.
Yeah, it's in transition most of the time. So I think we've always been big believers, right? That great defense leads to great offense. If you can play really good defensively, you can be hard to play against, cause the other team to turn pucks over, boom. Then you transition quick. That's how you get odd man Russians a lot of time. It's either that or the opposing team makes a really mental bad mistake or somebody falls or something like that. But a majority of the time when that doesn't happen, it's in transition. So if you want odd man Russians, a lot of times it comes in transition. So when you think about even practice design and practice plans, if you're doing a 3-on-2 drill, it's really beneficial to start it with a good defensive play. like a good track, stick lift, boom, then we go the other way. With maybe it's a defenseman that's jumping up in the play. It's not always 3 forwards that are in the 3-on-2. A lot of the times it's 2 forwards and a defenseman that are coming up. So just thinking about that at first could help. Second thing, center man drive is typically what a lot of teams are coaching nowadays. And the reason why that is a lot of well, first of all, on the entry in a 3-on-2, if you can, and this is what a lot of teams are coaching nowadays, get the puck to the middle of the ice first and then kick it out. Get the puck to the middle of the ice first and then kick it out. Because what happens when you get the puck to the middle of the ice, what it does is those 2 defensemen that are accepting that rush, they have to respect the player in the middle if they have the puck. So they're going to come towards the middle of the ice, which does what? That leaves ice on the outside. So now when you kick it out to the players on the wide side, they're going to have more time and space with the puck. And they're not going to get squeezed off as easily by that near side defender. So if you can, let's get to the puck to the middle of the ice, and then we kick it out. Now, when you do kick it out, a lot of times you're going to have that center lane drive. And what you just said, as far as running a little bit of interference, you're seeing that so much in the NHL now, so much so that I think in the next couple of years, they're going to, the refs are going to start calling that a penalty. I hope they don't, because I like more offense, but it's gotten to the point where everybody's doing it now. And so it's like the defending team's like, what's going on? And so, but practice it now a lot. So why do you have your center lane drive? Why, what is the impetus for that? Why do you think? I mean, you just talked about it a little bit, but why would you do that?
Well, when you're the center lane guy driving and you drive down the middle, the 2 D-men who are taking the rush, if they don't talk to each other, you're behind them and you could have a breakaway.
Yep.
So it's confusing when it's the guy driving through the middle, because then the D-men have to quickly talk while they're trying to take the rush, while they're trying to, yell at their back checkers, take him. There's a lot going on. So it makes it more confusing. So the more confusing you can make the plays, obviously it's harder to defend. So that's number 1. And number 2, when a strong side guy drives, he's going to have to pass it through a whole bunch of sticks and stuff like that to get it through there. If the guy who would be the center lane drive, if he pulls up and stays high. So it's a much harder pass if that far side guy tries to drive to get it behind the D-man.
Yeah, the far side guy, not the
right.
Side.
If you're trying to pass it like that, that's a way harder pass. So it's much easier if the center lane guy drives, pushes the D-man out of the way, kicks the stick, and then the far side guy slows up a little bit. Now it's a way easier flat pass across than trying to make that, all the way across the ice pass.
Yeah. Yeah. The biggest thing is it puts the weak side D in a tough position, because what happens when you drive with that middle lane, that weak side D, the way that it's taught, they're going to ride you to the net. That's how they're taught. Because if you don't, then you just put the puck behind the strong side guy's heels and it's a breakaway for the most part, right to the net. So that weak side defenseman is typically going to take. And if you don't drive, then that weak side defenseman, you're basically in a straight line with the 3 forwards that are coming in, or the 3 offensive players that are coming in. And then you're at, there's no passing lane to the far guy. If you have the center lane drive, it's going to drive that weak side defenseman back, which is going to open up F3 that's coming in, typically the wide guy that's right around the dot area. One of my pet peeves, I would say, is that as that third player, don't go to the middle of the ice, stay wide. And the reason why, you see this all the time in youth hockey, if you come to the middle of the ice, you're putting yourself in the shot lane of that weak side defenseman who's taking that driver to the net. So now you get that pass, all that defenseman has to do is stop, and he's already in the shot lane. If you're wider, first of all, the goalie has to move a lot more to get over to you, which is great, but also you're not in the shot lane of that defender as well. So
you got to read that ice. You got to see where Toph and I have talked about this a lot, especially I'd say in the last 6 months on our podcast. It's not the guy who has the puck's job to get it to you. It's your job to find the ice and get open. And when you're, especially in an offensive situation here, you got to know the distance between you, the defenseman, the net, all that stuff. Where is the open ice? And like Toph said, You don't want to skate into a lane where the D-man is right in front of you. So you catch it. And when you shoot it, he's already in the lane. You've got to kind of manipulate, where am I going to catch this puck and how quickly do I need to get it off? And I don't want that defender directly in front of me so that my shot is blocked. So it's up to you as that third guy to decide where I need to be to have the best scoring opportunity once I get this puck.
Great point. Great point. And I think the time is up. So great way to end the Short Shifts episode. Here we go. Share the show.
That was a good one.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.